Hey guys, here in just a minute we're going to be reading a story that I think you all are really going to enjoy called Spoon, but there are some vocabulary words or power words that I want us to go over before we read this story so that you understand a little bit about what's going on. So the first word I have here is proper. Proper, say that with me. Proper, good. So someone who is proper is polite and they behave very well. So you can see that these little girls are having a tea party, and it is proper to pour tea for your guests before you pour it for yourself. So while in a library, we might act in a proper way where we're polite and we're quiet and we behave well. When we come back to school, we will act in a proper way in the hallway by facing forward, keeping our hands to ourselves, and staying quiet. So proper. So think about proper behavior if someone were to give you a gift. What would the polite thing to do be? Yeah, absolutely, to say thank you. Good, proper. Blue. Blue. So when you're feeling blue, you're feeling sad. So this isn't really the color blue, this is more of a feeling. So this is a little boy and he feels blue because he could not go to a party. So if we say he feels blue, we don't mean he feels the color blue, we mean that he feels sad or upset. So when I miss my friends, I feel blue. When I think about you all being at home instead of here in the classroom with me, I feel very blue, so I feel very sad. So how can you help a friend who might feel blue? Right, you could ask them to play, you could maybe cheer them up, tell them a joke. Yeah, good job. Useful, say that with me. Useful. So something that is useful is helpful. So a synonym for useful would be helpful. So forks and spoons are something that's very useful at mealtime. So you can see this person is eating something that looks like pasta. If you didn't have a fork and a spoon, you would have a hard time eating that pasta. So the fork and spoon are very useful or very helpful. So a useful tool that I have is a pen. I use this pen for a lot. I can't write without a tool. So this is very useful or helpful to me. So when would an umbrella be useful? Right, when it's raining. It would be very useful. Realize. Say that with me. Realize. When you realize something, you know it or you understand it. Realize. So it took this little girl a minute to realize the answer. Realize. So babies, if we think about babies, they may not realize that the weather changes because they're little and they haven't really experienced that yet. But you realize that the weather changes every day. It means you know or understand something. So what might make you realize that you're growing taller? So what might make you realize you're growing taller? Yeah, you might measure yourself, or maybe your pants don't fit, or your shirt feels a little shorter than it used to. Good. Elected. Elected. So someone who is elected has been chosen to do a job. So after voting, you can see that these students are voting. They elected someone to be their class leader. So the president is elected every 4 years, and we're actually going to be electing a new president this coming November. So elected. So what happens when someone is elected for a job? Absolutely, it means they've been chosen to do a job. Very nice. Local. Local. So something that is local is in the area where you live. So this is a man who works at a local farmer's market. It means it's a farmer's market where they live, and we can buy food from local stores and local farms at this store. So what happens, or what is the best local restaurant that you know? So a restaurant that's only here. There are a bunch. Yeah, we love Chef's Pizza. They're a local restaurant. They're only here in Kingsport. Very good. 2 more. Mock. Mock. A mock version of is something that a mock version of something is not real. So she set up a mock doctor's office for her stuffed animals. So it means it looks like a doctor's office and she looks like a doctor, but it's not real. It's pretend. So a mock interview would be an interview that you're having that's not real. Good. Mock. Why might young kids, like I have a 4-year-old, she likes to set up like a mock store, a store that's not real. Why do you think that she might do that? Yeah, she may want to see what it's like to work at a store. And a 4-year-old can't go work at a store, but she can set up a mock store at home to kind of see what that feels like. All right, last word. I hope that you've heard this, and I hope that you use this a lot. It's compliment. Say that with me, compliment. A compliment's a nice thing to say about someone. So, this lady here is giving this little boy or girl a compliment on their cooking. You can see she's giving a thumbs up. She looks very happy. So she is saying something nice about their cooking. So earlier I gave my son a compliment about his work. He was working really hard, and so I told him, "You're doing a really great job." I gave him a compliment. So what could you say to compliment someone? You could tell them you like their clothes. You could tell them that you like their hair. Just saying anything nice to someone would be giving them a compliment. Very good. All right, join me here in just a few minutes for our read aloud of Spoon.